Welcome to Signature TV News. I am Barry Kumo Ado. In the headlines, Governor Mba assures investors of sustained ease of doing business. Soludo commences another phase of demolition of shanties in Awka. FG set to launch Center for Data Collection to boost security in Nigeria. CJN promises robust judiciary before retirement. On the foreign scene, China sends 4 satellites into preset orbit in space. And in sports, Maiden National Council on Sports kicks off in Enugu. Details in a moment. The Enugu State Governor, Peter Mba, says he will do everything possible to make the state conducive for private investors in the line with his dream of growing the economy of the state. Mba stated this during an inspection of sapphire ceramics industry in Obinofia and Duno, Enugu State, established by a Chinese firm. Signature TV correspondent Chinemerem Ikegbunam was on the governor's entourage and now reports.
Mba, who was highly elated at what he saw at the site, restated his commitment to creating an enabling environment for investors and businesses to thrive in the state. Mba said he is quite aware and mindful of the key indicators that will facilitate the growth of businesses in the state and ensure that the state becomes a safe haven for both local and foreign investments.
The announcement that our economy, we're going to grow it exponentially. Frankly, this was exactly what we had in mind. What we have planned is to see how we have a government-enabled platform, but a private sector-driven growth.
The governor, while conducting an inspection around the factory, said he was impressed with the factory's performance and impact on the economy of the state.
It assures us of the fact that our projection of growing this economy to 30 billion is realizable. Again, because the key policies we have put in place to create the ease of doing business.
The managing director of the Sapphire Ceramics, Mr. Wang Shenfang, commended the Governor Mba's administration for rolling out policies, programs, and development projects that support business growth and guarantee return on investment. He stated that despite the current unstable exchange rate and increased pressure, the company will always adhere to its original intention by working hard to improve the quality of its products to gain market advantage. The factory, which currently has a staff strength of 800 persons, produces about 75,000 square meters of tiles every day. In Enugu, Chinemerem Ikegbunam for Signature TV News.
Call it the era of demolition of structures, and you may not be wrong. In Enugu, Anambra, Abia states, and some other places, the story is the same. While some of the structures may be categorized as illegal, in some places, such facilities are given way for what authorities believe is in the overriding interest of public. Signature TV correspondent Ndu Okwaleze brought us an update on the latest development from Awka, the Anambra State capital.
The administration of Governor Chukwuma Soludo in Anambra State has commenced another phase of demolition of illegal structures and shanties in the Awka capital city. The exercise commenced on Monday from Book Foundation Junction down to Unizik School Gate, Awka. The demolition being undertaken by the Awka Capital Territory Development Authority saw lock-up shops and structures constructed under high-tension power lines and those close to residential buildings grounded by government bulldozers and excavators. Kiosks, small eateries, shootouts, containers and umbrellas used by POS operators, food vendors and liquor dealers were not spared. Some of those whose goods and shops were destroyed admitted that they were notified early in the year, but decried what they called the heartless manner of execution.
they give us more notice. They give us notice. Like the time they give us notice, I'm searching for where I will transfer the business. So since then I didn't see anywhere to transfer the business. Till this morning they come and damage all my goods. I lose all my goods. I lose my generators that I'm selling, even the generator that I shares for people, even the parts, my generator parts that I put there, I lose all of them because they forget to do it myself. I replace it there. I don't have any other, and there is no hope for me again to get the money, to get the debt, to get where I will start my life again, and my life is finished.
However, the head of the Development Control Unit, Charles Ekunife, urged the affected individuals to construct standard buildings in safer locations. Such structures, he insisted, must comply with urban development regulations for a safer and more organized city. He said the cleared space is intended for the ongoing pipe-borne water reticulation, which will serve the needs of the community.
The federal government has revealed its move to strengthen national security and efficiency by unveiling a state-of-the-art data center that can store 1.4 petabytes of data. This facility, the Ministry of Interior said, will revolutionize the management of citizens' biodata and critical national information. It noted that this feat will be achieved in about a week. Minister of Interior Dr. Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo made this announcement on Monday during a meeting with the delegation of the National Union of Nigerian Associations in Italy, led by its president, Chief Roland Ndukuba, at his office in Abuja. In a Tuesday post on his X account, the minister later shared a Monday-dated press release signed by the ministry's Director of Press and Public Relations, Ozoya Imohime. The announcement comes as part of a broader initiative by the ministry to address both domestic and international concerns. In 2022, the president of the Association of Telecommunications Companies of Nigeria, Ikechukwu Namani, said data centers are critical to the digitization of the economy and implementation of Internet of Things services. Reports have it that there have been widespread complaints about poor data registration and collection in the country, covering areas such as birth, death, employment, marital status, and migration. Dr. Tunji-Ojo reassured the NONI delegation that a request for intervention and establishment of passport front offices would be reviewed, reinforcing the ministry's commitment to supporting Nigerians abroad. Mr. Tunji-Ojo also assured the NONI delegation that the well-being of Nigerians in Italy is a priority and that the Ministry of Interior will explore collaboration with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to support stranded Nigerians abroad. The president of NUNI, Chief Roland Ndukuba, expressed his gratitude for the ministry's proactive efforts and urged continued collaboration to assist Nigerians facing challenges in Italy. Former governor of Anambra State, Obi, gives gift of 10 million naira to nursing college. Join us after the break. The 2023 Labour Party presidential candidate, Peter Obi, has on Tuesday visited the College of Nursing Sciences at St. Joseph Hospital in Adazinuku, Anambra State, donating 10 million naira in financial support for the training of more nurses. According to a statement issued via X, the move underscores his commitment to investing in critical areas of human development. Obi, who noted the pivotal role played by the college, said that being one of the oldest in the region, it has produced qualified nurses and midwives over the decades. The former Anambra governor said that the investment in the nursing college aligns with his long-standing advocacy for more aggressive investments in education and health, particularly in the training of healthcare workers. Obi further emphasized the importance of investing in their training to meet the country's needs and contribute to managing the global shortage. The Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Olukayode Ariwola, has faulted the work ethics of some judicial officers as he decried some questionable judgments delivered and the manner in which interlocutory orders are issued. This was as he promised to deliver a vibrant and prosperous judiciary before his retirement in August this year. The CJN made this known while delivering his keynote address on Monday at the Court of Appeal, a two-day workshop for the review of the 2023 Election Petition Tribunals, Court and Appeals, held in Abuja. The CJN stated that the actions of some judicial officers tend to make a mockery of the country's judicial system, and those found guilty of this would not be left unpunished. The President of the Court of Appeal, Justice Monica Dogban-Messem, explained that the exercise is important and that the job of the 2023 Election Tribunal judges was a difficult and challenging one. The Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Prince Lateef Fagbemi, commended the review exercise as he noted that the judiciary plays a stabilizing role in the nation's electoral process. He added that the Court of Appeal in particular plays a more pivotal role in shaping and strengthening our electoral jurisprudence through the exercise of its constitutional mandate in that regard. Retired police officers of Nigeria under the Contributory Pension Scheme on Tuesday stormed the National Assembly in Abuja in protest over several months of unpaid pensions. The retirees, representing various state chapters, lamented the severe hardships faced due to the failure of a National Pension Commission to pay their entitlements. The retired police officers are urging the federal government to remove them from a contributory pension scheme. This is not the first time police retirees have protested. In September 2021, retired officers from 27 states stormed the National Assembly in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, demanding their pension payments. During the 2021 protest, they displayed placards with messages such as NPF pension, defrauding police retirees, SOS, police officers are dying in penury under the contributory pension scheme, and CPS is a death sentence against police. China sends 4 satellites into preset orbit in space. This and more after the break. China on Tuesday launched the Kurzil-11Y4 carrier rocket from Jingjuan Satellite Launch Center in northwest China, sending 4 satellites into preset orbit in space. The commercial rocket blasted off at 12:15 Beijing time from the launch site. The 4 satellites included the Wuhan-1 satellite and an ultra-low orbit technology test satellite have entered the planned orbit successfully. The launch was a 32nd flight mission of the Kurzil rocket series. The Kremlin said on Tuesday that it was very curious that the United States appeared ready to use sanctions against the International Criminal Court, whose prosecutor requested arrest warrants for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, his defense chief, and 3 Hamas leaders over alleged war crimes. ICC prosecutor Karim Khan said in a statement issued after more than 7 months of war in Gaza that he had reasonable grounds to believe the 5 men bear criminal responsibility for alleged war crimes and crimes against humanity. U.S. President Joe Biden called the legal step outrageous, while Secretary of State Antony Blinken said it could jeopardize negotiations on a hostage deal and ceasefire. Some U.S. lawmakers called for the United States to impose sanctions on the court in 2020. The United States imposed sanctions on an ICC prosecutor. In March last year, the ICC issued warrants for the arrest of President Vladimir Putin on war crimes charges. Israeli forces raided Jenin in the occupied West Bank on Tuesday, May 21st, in an operation that the Palestine Health Ministry said killed 7 Palestinians, including a doctor, and left 9 others wounded. Video reports show army bulldozers destroying roads with further forces being deployed to the Palestinian city throughout the day. The army said it was an operation against militants and that a number of Palestinian gunmen were shot. There was no immediate word of any Israeli casualties. Large crowds of Iranian mourners received the coffins of Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi and his companions during a funeral procession in Tabriz on Tuesday. Recall that Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi, a hardliner, seen as a potential successor to Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, was killed when his helicopter crashed in poor weather in mountains near the Azerbaijan and Podar. The charred wreckage of a helicopter which crashed, carrying Raisi, Foreign Minister Hossein Amirabdollahian, and 6 other passengers and crew, was found early on Monday after an overnight search in blizzard conditions. Supreme Leader Khamenei, who holds ultimate power with a final say on foreign policy and Iran's nuclear program, said Vice President Mohammad Mokber will take over as interim president. The official INR news agency reports. Meanwhile, the Iranian government has announced an investigation into the cause of a helicopter crash that killed Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi. A large number of people gathered in the capital city Tehran mourning the tragic death of Raisi, Amin Abdullahian, governor of East Azerbaijani province, Malik Rahmati, and Iran's supreme leader's representative to East Azerbaijan, Mohammad Ali Hashem. Iran's Securities and Exchange Organization, SEO, has halted its activities on Monday, and all cultural and entertainment events were suspended in silent homage to the president's death. In addition, with approval of the government, Cabinet Iranian Deputy Foreign Minister for Political Affairs, Ali Bagheri Khani, was appointed as acting foreign minister. The president's body will be transferred to his birthplace, Mashhad, where his funeral will be held on Thursday. The 3-day maiden edition of the National Council on Sports, with the theme Sports for National Unity and Socio-Economic Growth and Development, has opened in Enugu. The event, hosted by the Enugu State Government at the Old Government Lodge, drew participants from the National Council on Youth and Sports Development, National Sports Council from various states, Nigerian Olympic Committee, the Nigerian Football Federation, and School Sports Federation, and some affiliates. Correspondent David Okoro covered the event for Signature TV.
The Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Sports Development, Mrs. Tunike Wati, in her speech, stressed the need for the promotion of sports in the country as a key for national integration and unity. She stated that apart from bridging the gap between the various ethnic nationalities, sport also helps to take youths away from crime and make them engage in productive ventures.
In a world that often emphasizes our differences, sports provide a platform where we can celebrate our diversity and find strength in our unity. Through sports, we learn the values of teamwork, respect, and perseverance. These are the same values that build strong communities and a resilient nation.
The Deputy Governor of Enugu State, Ifeanyi Osai, who was represented by the Commissioner for Youth and Sports, Lloyd Ekweremadu, enumerated measures taken by the state government to revive and promote sporting activities in the state. Osai called for collective efforts by sports experts, ministries, and stakeholders to address the challenges facing the sports sector, such as the welfare of athletes, proper funding, and infrastructure development, among others.
Our state has produced notable athletes who have brought pride to Nigeria on the international stages. It is for this reason that we understand the transformative power of sports. It is not just a tool for physical fitness or entertainment. Sports has played a role in the unity and development of our nation.
Some of the participants aired their views on the future and impact of sports.
Over the years, and maybe in the future, we cannot depend on government funding alone. So we have to make sports as attractive as it can be, so that the private sector can also be participants in it.
Focus of the government for now is to see sport as business. something that can lead to job creation, something that can make the youths to be off the streets instead of getting themselves involved in crime.
The council later went into technical section, which engaged in robust discussions, knowledge sharing, and formulation of strategies that will shape the future of sports in the country. In Enugu, David Okoro for Signature TV News.
That's the size of a package. I am Barikumo Ado. Thanks for watching.